What is going on, YouTube? This is JD. This is WWE Off The Script. This is episode 14, part number 1, the absolute best place for all your WWE needs right here on YouTube.com. Now, before I get into what I'm going to talk about this week in part number 1, huge news about Wrestlemania 31 season. I'll get into that in a little bit, but you guys have been asking me. A select few have been asking me, JD, what happened to Monday Night Raw review? Monday Night Raw was taped. Monday Night Raw had spoilers. I read the spoilers. Monday Night Raw, typically when it's a taped show and when I find out the results beforehand, it's not really that exciting. Okay? Now, if I didn't read the spoilers and I watched Monday Night Raw, I probably still would have not covered the show because it was very generic. It was very bland. It was very boring. Nothing exciting happened. Daniel Bryan wasn't there. He did not relinquish the WWE Championship. Stephanie McMahon didn't really say that Daniel Bryan was stripped. She wants Daniel Bryan on next week's Monday Night Raw to personally hand over the titles, which I still don't think is going to happen. I think Daniel Bryan is going to remain your WWE Champion. But the overall show, nothing really stood out. Okay? The Shield Evolution, okay. Bray Wyatt, John Cena, okay. Other than that, what do you have on Monday Night Raw leading into Payback? You got Evolution and The Shield, and those 6 guys are in one match. Which means to me, if you guys really think long and hard about it, logically, The Shield and Evolution are going to have to step up their A-game and produce for the WWE at Payback. The majority of that time on the pay-per-view is going to be in that match. Those guys are going to go at least 35, 40 minutes. The undercard is very underwhelming. The undercard is weak. And the WWE right now is showing cracks in their fortress because they do not build a mid-card. Everything else is simply glued together and pieced together to give us, the viewer, a pay-per-view. That's not the way you do business. That's not the way you do pay-per-view when you're the WWE. You're the leading fucking wrestling, giant in professional wrestling, in the industry. This is what you have to give us? Daniel Bryan being out's going to hurt. CM Punk not being there is going to hurt. John Cena in a feud with Bray Wyatt takes away another talent. Nobody wants to see this feud. This feud is dead. It's over. It's over. And like I said, Daniel Bryan being out, the WWE Championship not being defended, it's not his fault. Bryan has had one of the worst fucking years I think anyone could have, The negatives outweigh the positives, I think, here. Yes, he got the championship at WrestleMania. Yes, he got married. But his father passed away, and now he's out for 2 or 3 months with a neck surgery. And the WWE is without a champion. I don't think they're going to take the belt off Bryan, but the way they're leading up to the next pay-per-view, it seems like Stephanie and the Authority, storyline-wise, are going to prolong this Daniel Bryan situation so that they actually keep the belt on him, because I've been stating already in past episodes, there is nobody else on the roster that deserves that belt. I don't give a fuck what you name, what stipulation you come up, what kind of match type, what tournament, this, that, what guy you name for me as a WWE champion. Nobody deserves that title right now. There's nobody else besides, like Justin LaBar said it, and I'm going to link his article down below. Nobody else but Triple H. You got Cena tied up with Wyatt. You got Wade Barrett, the IC champion. You got Cena, who doesn't really want another title ring. He wants to work with the mid-card. There's really nobody else. You got Batista, who's stepping away. You got Randy Orton. You're not going to give the title back to him because it's boring. That's just my opinion on it. I'm not going to go into it. I could be here all fucking night talking about this as if it's like a fucking real radio show, which I don't want to do. I got news to fucking deliver. But Monday Night Raw was boring. That's the reason why I didn't cover it. Tuesday, this coming week, it's live on Monday. I will be back on Tuesday morning. Don't worry about that. But as far as the rumors and news goes this week, WrestleMania 31, will that be built around Roman Reigns? Is the WWE looking at Roman Reigns to build WrestleMania 31 around? According to my man Justin LaBar at WrestleZone.com, several backstage WWE plans and opinions regarding talents currently grabbing the attention of management right now. To no surprise, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Bad News Barrett are the 3 favorites among Vince McMahon, Triple H, Kevin Dunn, and among others. One source noted and said that it's a race to see which one of these three men gets the world title first. In terms of future plans and winning a world title, Reigns is the most guaranteed that his winning of his first world title will be special and done at WrestleMania. Assuming things stay on course, it's very likely that could be next year at WrestleMania 31. Roman Reigns winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 31. But who is his opponent going to be? As far as who he would work with, two names that keep coming up are Brock Lesnar and The Rock. Lesnar is an option, but WWE is also considering other potential opponents for him at WrestleMania. The Rock has expressed to McMahon personally that he wants to work with Reigns before he retires. They are blood, they are family. Roman Reigns is the cousin of The Rock, so that goes hand in hand. On an interesting note, according to sources, I mentioned here that I did mention The Rock previously in the News and Rumors, but one source notes that The Rock and it being a title match would mean that The Rock would have to get the title going into WrestleMania, and this source responded with yes, it would likely happen if The Rock was to win the title again at the Royal Rumble. And remember, he does technically have a rematch from when he lost the title the first time to John Cena. WrestleMania 31 is still so far away that a lot can happen between now and then, and many ideas will come across the table, but it seems barring any injury or anything big that would get Roman Reigns off course, he's slated to be the babyface WrestleMania 31 gets built around. Okay, my opinion on this, I don't mind this at all. If Roman Reigns is ready, he's ready. If the WWE thinks he's ready, so be it. He has been developing quite nicely in the ring. He has been developing on the mic quite nicely on WWE TV. He seems to be more polished from what I see. He seems to be more in tune with what he's doing. He seems to be more in sync with the microphone, and he seems more comfortable on WWE TV. I notice all these things, okay? But right now, if they're willing to break him away from the Shield, it really needs to work out, and the WWE really needs to groom him right now as far as singles competition goes. And I got news on what they're thinking about for Payback with Roman Reigns to build him up even further. But he really needs a solid, 6 to 8 months at least as a singles competitor before they even think about putting him in a title match. I don't want to see Roman Reigns rush to the top simply because he's got good looks, simply because he's got the stature they look for in a WWE superstar, or because he's got that ideal WWE look. I don't want that to be built around Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns to be ready because he's physically and mentally ready in the ring. That's what I want. I want Roman Reigns to be ready in the ring, not because of the way he looks. And this is what I fear the WWE is going to do. They're going to build Roman Reigns and WrestleMania 31 together simply because they're ready to push him because he's just got that it factor. Alright? He may have that it factor, but if he doesn't get it done in the ring, singles-wise, on his own, why are you going to give him the belt? I'm still a question mark right now with Roman Reigns. He's great with the Shield. No fucking question is he great with the Shield. But Roman Reigns as singles, listen, I don't want to talk any title right now. And I'm being completely honest with you. I love Roman Reigns and the work he's doing with Ambrose and Rollins. But I don't want to talk about Roman Reigns going for any type of title, especially the WWE title, when we still have Daniel Bryan fresh off his reign. He's injured. He's not been given that green light. The WWE hasn't nurtured Bryan as a champion. They first embarrassed him and then he's got neck surgery. He went for the neck surgery simply because he wanted to get out of fucking the program with Kane. That's my fucking opinion on that. But as far as Roman Reigns and the WWE title, not ready yet until he's seasoned as a singles competitor. Who I think he should work with? I don't want him to work with The Rock. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I wouldn't mind if he worked with The Rock, but I don't want it to be for the title. I don't want The Rock anywhere near the WWE Championship coming to WrestleMania. Simply because I don't want to see John Cena and The Rock again. Fuck that match. And I'm being completely honest with you. The first one was passable. I dealt with it. The second one, absolutely fucking awful. If there's one man I want Roman Reigns to work with, if it's gotta be for the title, it should be Brock Lesnar. No question. Okay? So then where does that lead The Rock. And who does he fight if he wants to come back to WrestleMania? I don't know. This is why things can be built many different ways. All right? Will The Undertaker come back? Will Punk be in the WWE? What does that mean for Bryan? You know? What about Goldberg and all the rumors about Goldberg? If you listen to Jim Ross's podcast, he mentioned Roman Reigns as one of his potential opponents for a return to the WWE. He also named Triple H, and he also named Brock Lesnar. So there's many a way the WWE could go about this. But if they want to book The Rock versus Roman Reigns, fine. No WWE Championship because I don't want to see The Rock in the title picture. If they want to do Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, I wouldn't mind that being for the title. Because Brock Lesnar's got the streak. What better guy to give it to if they want to build Roman Reigns up as the next fucking king of the WWE? Brock Lesnar's got the streak. You know, he's got the title. He's the king of the mountain. Roman Reigns conquers that. He conquers Lesnar. He conquered the streak, and he's the WWE champion. So there's that. That's the big news going around this week for part one. Moving on. It has been reported, more WrestleMania news, Sting. Now, I've been on record saying that Sting is signed. Sting has been signed. He's working with the WWE Network. But it's been reported several times since WrestleMania 30, even before, by numerous sources, that Sting officially signing with the WWE was imminent. Now that it still hasn't happened yet, according to sources. Now that it still hasn't happened, the feeling is that this imminent Sting signing is no longer the word to describe the situation. Imminent. You may remember Sting revealing in an interview that he indeed had talks with WWE a few years ago, and that he came close to signing. There was a deal in place a few years back where WWE believed Sting was coming in for 100 dates. This may have been the deal Sting revealed in the interview, but ended up not taking the WWE's deal, and as we know, went with TNA's deal instead. Hopefully, this isn't another instance of Sting coming close to signing with the WWE, but backing off a deal that was on the table. At last word, Sting is scheduled right now to work on several WWE Network and DVD projects. I think this is really the WWE throwing the wrench into the gears. I do think Sting is coming back. You know, for the simple reason of why would you want to go back to TNA when it's a sinking fucking ship? There's nothing for you over in TNA. They want to get younger. They need to get younger. They need to concentrate on the in-ring product. Sting has no reason to go to TNA. If Sting wants to collect a huge paycheck before he calls it quits in the business, if he wants his name to be out there for future reference, for years to come, if he wants that one big shining moment again before he rides off into the sunset, you're coming to WWE. Which means you got a Hall of Fame. You got a match at Wrestlemania in California. WrestleMania's in your hometown. You got the DVD deals. You got the network. You got DVDs coming out on your career. You got T-shirts. You got merchandise. Sting's going to be making this money. It's going to be very hard to turn down. I don't think any deal that the WWE has on the table right now is looking bad to Sting. I don't know what he's waiting for. I don't know if this is true, but this is last word as of today regarding Sting. You guys take that, wonder about it, talk about it, let me know down in the comments. According to WWE sources, WWE's targeting SummerSlam for you UK guys. I know you've been asking, JD, when is the network coming to our country? SummerSlam is the target to be the launch of the WWE Network in the United Kingdom. At the start of 2014, the original timeline had the network being available in the UK by the end of the calendar year. The technical issues have been worked out and the network is performing at a high level as seen with WrestleMania and its stream. This coupled with the fact that the WWE business recently took a sizable hit on Wall Street, WWE wants to pick up the pace on getting the network available internationally to boost revenue. There's also been two ideas within WWE regarding the UK launch. One idea is to build it around the launch on SummerSlam weekend, and the other is to have it launch a few weeks prior to SummerSlam. From the people at WrestleZone and the people that WrestleZone talked to, it seems launching before SummerSlam weekend is what they hope, so any issues that come up with a surge of new subscribers can be fixed before the second biggest event of the year. Vince wants to get closer to that 1 million subscriber range. They will do it because the WWE Network right now is only available in the United States. That's excluding the UK. That's excluding Canada and the rest of the world. WWE is such an international brand globally that if the network is only available in the United States, and they already have close to 700,000 in the States, that's only going to grow. You're going to have another easy easy 300,000 in the United Kingdom to get them to that 1 million. WWE needs to be at 1.4 and 1.5 million according to sources to make what they earn back. Okay, they're already going to be losing $40 to $50 million on the network, but that's where they need to be at. Plus, the WWE may raise the price by $1, and I'll talk about that. I got news on that as well, from $9.99 to $10.99, which is not a big deal because it's worth more than $10.99. So adding an extra dollar to that bill at the end of the month is not going to break the bank. I see that as a great business move for the WWE. Bill Goldberg's new interview with Jim Ross on the Ross Report is now available online. I will link it down below. Excellent fucking interview. I listened to the first half on the train this morning. I listened to the second half on the train coming back from work tonight. Goldberg confirmed they had recent talks with WWE about returning to the ring, but didn't go that far. Goldberg did let the company know that he is interested regarding a potential return to the company and feud. Goldberg named Roman Reigns, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar as potential stars he would like to face, but he said he would let the WWE decide those details. He also said he always has unfinished business with Triple H and Lesnar, but would be interested in facing Reigns because they both played college football in Georgia. Goldberg noted that he does not watch WWE these days and has not in years. But here's about some of the things going through through the company on Twitter. And he also still talks to some wrestlers, including Lesnar, but they never talk about business. So that's pretty interesting. I would love to see Bill Goldberg. I've been very vocal about that on here. I would love to see Goldberg come back for one more run. It's got to make sense. The money's got to be right for Goldberg to come back. There's no better place than WrestleMania. As far as I know, he's still in shape. He says he works 5 days a week. He's doing Muay Thai. He's got his own gym down in San Diego. He's working out. He looks great. He does got gray hairs he talked about, but that's he was joking around. That came from his WWE days. But Bill Goldberg in the WWE is only money. If they do it right, if the right program comes along, it's only going to make the WWE money. Especially for WrestleMania, it's got to make sense, and it's got to be a top-level program. You're not going to bring Bill Goldberg in. It's going to be some mid-card shit. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense to the company. It's got to make sense for Goldberg, and it's just got to make sense for the viewer. I don't need another rush job like he had with Lesnar. I don't need a rush job, which we've seen with Lesnar Undertaker. It's got to make sense for Goldberg to come back because it's money. Daniel Bryan, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan, obviously neck surgery last Thursday. WWE was looking at Money in the Bank for his return on June 29th. But the latest word from WWE is that he may not be back in time for Money in the Bank. WWE Creative has been working on a new Money in the Bank card as a contingency plan in case Bryan isn't back by then. SummerSlam in late August is said to be a worst-case scenario. If Bryan doesn't return at Money in the Bank, the next event will be Battleground on July 20th. It's said that his neck injury and his neck surgery may be the beginning of something serious long-term and a really big problem for Daniel Bryan. Several top stars from the past noted to the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Bryan should start toning down his style. We noted before here on Off the Script, there was a lot of talk about WWE and Bryan changing his in-ring style when he returns. Some people have suggested that Bryan give up his missile dropkick and the diving headbutt because of the way he lands when doing them. Regarding the headbutt, Chris Benoit, who had a serious neck surgery and injury, was advised to give up the move, but he continued to perform it and said that he could no longer do it. Okay? After they said that he could no longer do it. That's when he probably wanted to retire. You know, when he couldn't do it anymore. WWE Hall of Famer Harley Race used a similar version of the move regularly, but that has recommended to people not, and he has recommended to people not to do it because of the unnatural way of landing, and that it's brutal on the neck. Listen, I want Bryan to come back, healthy. I want Bryan to come back refreshed, ready to go. All right, I don't want him to be rushed. I also don't want him, to be stripped of the titles. But I can't have it both ways. I don't know what the WWE is going to do. We got to find out. I am for them not stripping him. I've been very vocal about that, but we got to wait and see. More than likely, the WWE is going to take the title off of him and then begin a chase again for Daniel Bryan. But at this rate, with all the news and rumors going on about Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, one of those guys may be champion at the end of the year, and Bryan may be done for the year, regarding the title, which is a shame because Daniel Bryan should have had and deserved to have a long, lengthy title reign. The concern over Adam Rose began immediately when WWE debuted him a few weeks ago and didn't get the reaction officials had hoped for. So far, nothing has happened to change that opinion. It is still early, but steam was already being lost based on how the pre-debut vignettes were received. I like Adam Rose. I said this on Twitter. Adam Rose has got that fun character that we can all just sit back and enjoy. It's not to the point where it's like overly gimmicky. You know, it reminds me of one of those gimmicks back in the early days when we used to watch wrestling in the 80s that we got excited about. Obviously, you've seen Adam Rose's intensity in the ring when he attacked Jack Swagger, when he sneak attacked him from behind. You see the intensity. I think Adam Rose is going to pan out very well in the ring. It's going to take a lot of work to get on board with the gimmick because obviously, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, and Mark Madden on WrestleZone said this, and I fully agree with him, Adam Rose is not a character you see in a big money program. You know, Mark Madden sees him as a joke, and I can see why. I can see Adam Rose never being in a WWE title feud. You know, it is kind of silly, but he's got everything. He's got the tools, and he's got the base, the groundwork, laid out to get over with the crowd. You know, he mentions Fandango. He was over with the crowd for a couple of months, and now he's a nobody. That's WWE's fault because they failed to continue to push Fandango. Okay, Adam Rose has got the theme music. He's got the in-ring skill. You know, obviously the character needs work, and I don't see that being in a major program. But I'm enjoying it for what it is right now. Where they take it and how serious the WWE creative team is about Adam Rose remains to be seen. But right now, I'm enjoying it. I have nothing bad to say. Most of you guys don't enjoy it. I like it. I love his theme music. It gets me hyped up. It gets me into the character. And wait to see him in the ring. Judge him when he's in the ring. Because that's what we watch the product for. Mainly for what happens in the ring. You guys are not going to be disappointed with him in the ring against Jack Swagger. Swagger could go. Adam Rose can go. It should be an entertaining match. Enjoy the gimmick for what it is. Whether he's in a championship feud for the IC title, WWE Championship, whatever, remains to be seen. That's up to WWE Creative. If they want to tone down his cartoonish act a little bit, make it a little bit more serious over time in the future, I don't know. But right now, I'm enjoying it. I like what I see. He's got everything going for him. The UK crowd was fucking amazing. Though you can't really judge a character based off the UK crowd because, you know, WWE's not over there all the time. They're there maybe twice a year. Whatever the reason, man. Enjoy it for what it is. If it fails, it fails. I'm enjoying it right now for the time being. Vince McMahon is said to be very high on the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos. They continue to get rave reviews for their work in the ring. WWE officials have been working on coming up with a new feud for them against possibly a new heel tag team. The Wyatt family versus Usos is booked for WWE Payback. I would book the Wyatts to go over the Usos, but that's just me. It has been reported that WWE hasn't been happy with the depth of the Divas division, especially with AJ Lee taking time off. As seen on WWE TV this past week, Alicia Fox is being pushed more. The decision to push her came from Triple H, as he is very high up on Alicia Fox right now. Word is that Triple H made the call to begin her push after watching her match with Alexa Bliss that took place on the April 24th NXT tapings. Triple H was said to be very impressed with Alicia's progress and put the word out that she needed to get pushed. There was a very positive reaction to her work on Raw this past week, and Triple H reportedly felt vindicated after pushing so hard for her based on the NXT match. She did get better in the ring compared to when I first seen her. She was very green. She did develop nicely over time. She's not bad looking to look at. The WWE Divas division could use a few more notable stars. I don't mind that they're pushing Alicia Fox in that manner. I didn't like that Paige lost in her hometown, but that's WWE just being the WWE trying to give you that shock value and kind of go against the grain. But I do see Paige defeating Alicia Fox at Payback for that loss in the UK, and then Paige obviously is going to go on to challenge AJ in a Divas rematch for the title at SummerSlam because that only makes sense. But I like what they're doing with Paige. I do. I like what they're doing with Alicia Fox. The Divas division on a whole really just needs to take it to that next level. They got so much talent for it to not succeed. So that's just my opinion on that. And finally, guys, at the No Holds Barred elimination main event for Payback, as far as that goes, between the Shield and Evolution, a possible scenario right now being considered is one that would see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins eliminated early in the match, leaving only Roman Reigns to make a huge comeback on all three Evolution members by himself. The match will be Batista's final match in the WWE for several months, and based on plans for the future, could be one of Triple H's last for a while as well. Well, that's not going to stick because Triple H is rumored to be fighting Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. So if Triple H is done for a while, obviously according to reports here, Batista and Triple H gone, that means the Shield is going to win and stand victorious at Payback. This whole feud is legitimately just to get the Shield over, to build Reigns, to build Rollins, to build Ambrose. The Evolution guys have been doing a great job at that. Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton have been doing a phenomenal job on that. I don't like that scenario with Roman Reigns looking so huge against the big guys, but if that's what they want to do, there's no better way to make him over with the crowd and build up that Roman Reigns stock for going into later this year. Roman Reigns rumored to fight Triple H at SummerSlam. I do expect that to happen, but that is the rumor going right now for Payback. And that's all I got for part 1, guys. Part 2, I got major concern right now over Scott Hall's health. You know, there was a big thing on Scott Hall. He was doing DDP yoga, and now apparently he's in bad shape again. I'll talk about that in part 2. Hope you enjoyed part 1. A little bit longer than I wanted, but I got a ton of fucking big news for you guys this week on part 1. Let me know what you think down below. If you liked the video, please support by leaving a like on your way out the door. Favorite, share, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this week's top stories. I'll see you on Saturday morning with part 2. Until then, guys, I am JD. Take care, and I'll see you on Saturday morning.